Howdy everyone, my name is Ariana Johnson and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review of Jeffree Star's new Blue Blood palette. I've been so excited to get this palette and it just came in yesterday. I've swatched a few shades but I'm ready to dive in, so let's get started. Alright, so this is the Blue Blood package. It is a coffin chest inspired packaging. It is absolutely the coolest makeup palette I think I've ever seen. It comes with this nice little latch on the front. It's actually like so sturdy and like well made. Like it feels like a little trunk. Like if it didn't have makeup in it, I would probably use it as like a jewelry box or something. Like I showed earlier, you just flip up this little latch and hallelujah, hallelujah. And this is the Blue Blood palette. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I did swatch a couple shades, so you can see my fingerprints in a couple, and I do apologize for that. I should have filmed this before I touched it, but I just couldn't wait. As you can see, the color story is so unique and so different than any other eyeshadow palette I think I've ever seen on the market. And I think that's why I instantly gravitated towards it and just had to have it. So I am so excited to create a look out of all these beautiful shades. But honestly, this palette is so pretty, I almost didn't want to use it. I just kind of wanted to stare at it in its glory, but I can't wait to create a fun look out of these gorgeous shades. Alright everyone, I already have my base all complete, which just includes some concealer, bronzer, blush, highlight in the shade Ice Cold by Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and also my brows, which are in the shade Taupe by Anastasia Dip Brow. So first things first, I'm going to use the Morphe eye primer. This is just a base you place on before your shadow, and it just creates a tacky base that helps the shadow stick to your eyelid and last all day. I'm going to be using the palette itself as a mirror since it's there, might as well use it. So now that the primer is all blended onto our lids, we're going to dip into the shade Priceless with just a fluffy Morphe brush, and we're going to apply this all over the lid and into the crease. This just creates a nice base and will help blend all the shadows that we're going to use later on together nice and seamless. Alright, now with the Morphe E36 brush, we're going to dip into the shade Power, which is just this nice cool tone gray shade, and we are going to apply this in the crease in small circular motions. Oh wow. I hardly even put the brush down and there's just intense pigment. Alright, so I applied the shade Power in my crease. I did a very blunt line, and I know this looks crazy, but I promise it's gonna look cool momentarily. But I have to pop in and say, originally my plan was to use the shade Cremative, which is a darker gray, navy-ish color. I was gonna use that to darken up the shade Power, because every other gray eyeshadow I've ever used has been splotchy and gross. But this is the most beautifully pigmented gray shadow that I've ever used. It has blue undertones, so it's just gorgeous, but it was unexpected how pigmented it was. Like, no tea to Jeffree Star. I know his shadows are super duper pigmented. I have a few of his palettes, but grays are hard to do, I've noticed. Yeah, it looks crazy, but when it comes to pigment, it's killing it. Alright, now with the same E36 brush, we're going to dip in the shade Blue Monday, and we're just going to place that right above where we ended Power and blend it a little higher up towards our brow bone. Now this shade, I can already tell, is crazy pigment, so be careful. Don't get too wild. Or do. Live your best life. But I'm just taking this shade right along the edge of Power in just small circular motions. Alright, so now I have those shade Blue Monday blended onto my eyes, and yes, it still looks crazy, but trust me, I have a method. I throw the color on and then I blend. I get to it, don't worry. But with a fluffy Morphe brush, I'm going to dip in the shade I'm Cold and just place that right above Blue Monday and continue to blend up towards the eyebrow. I haven't really rocked blue eyeshadow since like middle school, so I was so excited to see he was doing something because this is a challenge and I like a good challenge. So now that we have the shade, I'm cold blended on top of Blue Monday and Power. It's coming along a little bit better. It looks a lot less crazy. I told y'all I was gonna get there. So I don't know if you can really tell exactly what I'm doing, but I'm basically doing a fake cut crease, to say the least. I'm not cutting my crease. I'm just etching out a shape and then filling it in with shadow, and it's the lazy cut crease. But next I'm just going to use a wet packer brush with the shade Deceased on it. Just going to apply that on the outer half corner of the eye and continue to etch out this line look that we've created so far. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I've applied the shade Deceased over the half outer corner of my eye and wisp it up like I said that I had planned on. Have this nice blunt line right down the middle of my eyelids. Cute. But I just want to say real quick before I move on, I have not cleaned up my face at all, but as you can see, there is no fallout. And I've used very, very blue shadow. And granted, I did wet Deceased before applying it, so that might have a little bit to do with why there's no fallout from the shade Deceased. But these are very, very pigmented blue shades, and yet it's not blue. What are we doing? What are we doing? Tell him. Say it's so pigmented. And there's no fallout. No fallout. She's biting my brush. But as I was saying, these shades are so unbelievably pigmented, and yet there's no fallout yet. I'm deceased. Alright, with another wet packer brush, we're going to dip in the shade Crystal Flesh, and we're just going to apply that on the inner half of our lid. I also bring it down into my inner corner as well. And when I apply this shade, I am just going to pat it over I'm Deceased and try to blend that together a little bit so it's not such a harsh line. Alright, so this is Crystal Flesh applied. I did have a little bit of fallout with this shade, but not much at all. It's honestly such a gorgeous shade. I love mixing gold shimmery shades with color. I think it's so flattering, especially with my eye color, but I love it. But I must say I am having a bit of a dilemma. Does anybody else have a problem where one eye, your eyeshadow just looks fantastic, but it's not on the good side of your face? Because my right eye here, my makeup always looks stunning. It's not my good eyebrow either, but when it comes to eyeshadow and like eye shape, that is my go-to eye, like 10 out of 10. But this isn't the good side of my face. Like, everyone has a good side. We all know what our own good sides are. My left side, queen, stunning. My hair always looks better on this side. My face shape's better on this side. This side, I don't even know how to turn to look at you from that side. It just doesn't look cute. But this one, it's like, and this side, I'm like, But then my eyeshadow is just stunning on that. See, look at this side. It doesn't look as blended as seamlessly. It doesn't matter how hard I try. I swear to God, that eye just doesn't blend like this one does. And then you come over here and you're like, oh, is she a professional? And then over here, it's like, is this her first time using makeup? Frustrating, but I'm no MUA. I'm just doing it for fun, so who cares? Alright, so now we're going to use one of Jeffree's liquid lipsticks. This is the shade Blue Velvet from the Equality Bundle. And I'm going to take just a little Morphe brush. We're going to dip into this, and we're going to use this as an eyeliner in our waterline. Other than wearing them as normal lipsticks, my favorite thing to do is to use them as eyeliner. I think that is the most like innovative thing. Like, yeah, it's a lipstick, but they're eye safe, so fuck it, let's have colorful eyeliner. I'm gonna pull my eye a little bit. No, I'm not a professional. Yes, I'm causing wrinkles. Yes, I know. But I don't know how else to do it. And I'm doing it one-handed. I feel like that's kind of low-key impressive. I mean, I have it in my eye. But it's eye safe, remember? I manage that every time. Alright, I'm gonna finish this real quick because I need two hands. Alright, pro tip. If you just let the lipstick dry on the brush you're using for like 10 seconds, it'll get a little bit tacky, and it's so much easier to use, and it won't get in your eyeball like I did on this side. So granted, I didn't do that, I just hastily threw it in my waterline. But if you let it sit and dry for just like 10 to 15 seconds, it won't do what I just did. Let's all learn from my mistakes. Alright, so now I'm going to dip into Blue Monday again with this small E36 brush from before, and I'm just going to place that right underneath the eyeliner that, well, lipstick, I guess I should say, that I placed in my waterline. This is just going to buff this in, and it's going to blend it out and make it all look a little bit more, not so blunt, I guess, is what you can say. Seamless, like I've said 8 times this video. And Blue Monday and Blue Velvet are so similar colors, really. Once I started blending this shadow out, they are very similar. It's very pretty. It's like the perfect duo. Blue Monday is a lot lighter, but they blend just beautifully together. I know I was saying while I was applying it, but Blue Velvet and Blue Monday are gorgeous together. Like, that was the perfect under eye smoke out I think I've ever done in my entire life. Like, hello? I didn't think it was gonna look that good together. Like, I was like, yeah, these blues look kind of similar. I think they'll be pretty. It'll go with all of 8 different shades of blue that I already have in my eye, but that's stunning. They both have like a purplish undertone, warm, I guess, and it's just very pretty. So now I'm going to use an M149 brush, and we're going to use this to highlight our brow bone. We're going to dip into the shade Colin. I'm not sure exactly how it's pronounced or what that means. I probably should know what that means. The pretty white one with a diamond we're going to use to highlight our brow bone. Be careful not to put too much. A little goes a long way. Oh my god, is that stunning? I mean, obviously I put way too much, but it's stunning, isn't it? Wow. I'm trying to blend this out a little bit. Wow. That's fantastic. Let's do the other side. If you want a blinding highlight, Cullinan is the way to go. I mean, granted it's a shadow, but if you want to be over the top, this is gorgeous. Let's apply a little more. Alright, so this is my eyeshadow all complete. I'm going to apply a mascara and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the eye look all complete. It definitely would look a lot better if I had false lashes, but I have yet to master lashes. I have really small eyes, and every pair I look on just makes it look like my eyes are going to get up and fly off my face. So maybe one day I'll figure it out and get good at it. We'll see. Alright, so now my favorite part of any makeup look, we're going to be doing lipstick. And today I'm going to be using the shade, you guessed it, Gemini by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is my absolute favorite shade that Jeffree's ever released. Nudes are definitely my favorite, especially because I like to do very dramatic eye looks like this. And sometimes I think a strong lip is too much. I think you need something kind of like neutral to balance it out. Gemini has warm undertones, and I just think it looks very pretty with my skin tone, my eye color, my hair color. Like, I just think Gemini, it has done me no wrong. So without further ado, let's apply some lipstick. Alright everyone, so this is the final look. I'm so in love with the way this turned out. I rarely ever wear blue eyeshadows, but every shadow that I used in this palette just blended seamlessly. They're just the most gorgeous shades. They look beautiful with my skin and my eyes and my hair color. Usually I feel like blue shades really clash with, like, you know, undertones of my skin, my eye color, my hair color, etc. But this palette, oh my lord, It is absolutely probably my favorite palette that I've ever used, and that's really saying something. I've used a lot of eyeshadow palettes in my day, and I've had a lot of color stories just speak to my soul. In this one, it just blew me out of the water. It is literally just so beautiful, and I didn't expect to like blue shadows as much as I do now. When it comes to makeup, I prefer warm toned. I think it just looks the best with my eye color and skin tone, but nope, my opinion has officially changed. This is definitely one of the most stunning eyeshadow palettes that I've ever seen. The packaging is beautiful, the production was beautiful, the way it came with the picture of him and the blue wrapping was just stunning. He couldn't have done better with this launch. The Blue Blood collection is probably my favorite launch that Jeffree's ever done, and I really didn't think anything was gonna top the last summer's collection for me, but this is honestly my favorite thing, and he killed it once again. So thank you, Jeffree, for just killing the game, and thank you for creating the most beautiful, fun things to play with, even for us people that aren't necessarily good at makeup and definitely aren't makeup artists, but this was just so fun, and I had a blast playing with this. I literally can't wait to do more. Just so beautiful. Just so stunning. I did do some swatches, so I'll place a little clip at the end of this video of the swatches I did from this palette in case you're curious, but I will say that if my opinion matters to anyone out there, this palette is perfect. He couldn't have done a better job. I think this is the best palette he's released, and I'm so proud of him, and I love this so much, and I already can't wait to do more fun looks with it. So if you enjoyed this look or this video, feel free to give a like always. And if you're intrigued on what I plan on creating on this face of mine, go ahead and subscribe. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.